Last summer, I made a decision that completely changed my life. It was exhausting, it was expensive, but also very fulfilling. I adopted a puppy from Helen Woodward, and her name is Dory. And if you've ever raised a puppy, you know it's not just cute, it quietly takes over your entire life. I was suddenly outside at 6 a.m. in my pajamas, negotiating with a tiny furry boss about when and where she was willing to go potty. Very quickly, my routine became her routine. And then on our walks, I started to notice something. Dory was unapologetically present, stopping to smell the roses, literally. And standing there, leash in hand, it hit me. Presence isn't something we learn, it's something we remember. I could be walking Dory in the sunshine and still not completely be there because my attention was on my phone. When my mind got busy or uncomfortable, I did what most of us do. I reached for a screen, not for information, but for distraction. Quick question. How many of you have caught yourself walking around in your daily life just staring at your phone? Exactly. Walking Dory interrupted that habit for me. And when I put my phone down and saw the world in front of me, creative inspiration showed up. And that's what my talk is about. Presence is the gateway to creativity. I was raised in San Diego, and I'm an alum of Uni High School, or as you may know it now, Cathedral. As a kid, I looked confident on the outside, but I often held back. My room was my happy place. I wrote, I drew, and I created. No smartphones, just imagination. And over time, something shifted in me. My confidence didn't grow from praise, it came from finishing creative projects. And that inner creative pull shaped my life's path. From performing speed paintings at Disneyland, to writing and publishing my first book, to opening an online shop selling educational paint kits, to being an art teacher for over 15 years. Today, I am proud to call myself a Falcon at Torrey Pines High School. But let's be honest, once a Don, always a Don. And what I've learned is this: art isn't just creativity, it's mindfulness in motion. One of the most direct ways we can access the present moment is through meditation, by quieting those fears and letting it flow. Creative practice offers a similar doorway into this presence. When we create, our fear quiets, flow begins, and our inner world starts to align. We become fully conscious. And this, my friends, is powerful. As my favorite author, Eckhart Tolle, states, the quality of your consciousness at this moment is what shapes the future. Now, what's happening here is powerful. When we're constantly on our phones, our attention remains fragmented. Our brain remains in this fast alert state, always reacting, never settling. But when we create, a shift happens. We move out of that constant mental noise and into a deeply integrated creative state. But we're filled in a world full of distraction. We consume more than we create, and the more we scroll, the worse we feel. What should be happening instead is a state of internal coherence, and creativity brings us into coherence. This is when our thoughts, emotions, and actions align with who we want to be. It's when life feels more intentional and less scattered. And it doesn't have to be just drawing or painting. Creativity is simply choosing to produce instead of consume. It's not about talent, it's about agency, being an active participant in your life, not a spectator, not a follower. Every time you create without judgment, your brain gets a subconscious message. I am capable, I trust myself, and the present moment feels right. And all of this brings me back to Dory and those mindful walks away from my phone created space for unexpected inspiration, a children's book. I took our daily walks and turned them into illustrations, and those hours of work became my meditation. The book teaches children mindfulness and positivity and invites them to create, teaching them early on that their power lies in their presence. So, here is my challenge to all of you. Tomorrow, instead of scroll, create something. Cook that recipe you pinned, build that project you watched, make that art you admired. Let the inspiration move your hands, not just your thumbs. Your life needs your presence. Be the artist of your life. There is not one other person out there with your unique skills and spirit, so own it. And if you ever forget how to be present, just follow the dog. Dory! Come here! Thank you.